Welcome back to the Puddin' Creek Rod Shop. Today you find us with the car trailer already hooked up to the Dodge. And you're probably saying to yourself, old Puddin' Creek, he's getting ready to go do a barn find. Well, it's not in a barn, but you're pretty close. It's in an old warehouse or outside of an old warehouse. Now during this video, I'll probably say barn find 100 times. You guys just look over me. I know when we get there, the comments are going to say, hey, Puddin' Creek, there's not a barn in sight. Well, I've already had 3 cups of high-octane coffee. We're taking the little woman with us. We're going to find an old car and drag it home today. So it don't matter if it's in a barn or in a warehouse or outside of a warehouse. It's going to be fun. You guys come and go along with us. As we start getting close to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, the little woman starts seeing all the Buc-ee signs. I mean, you can't miss them. And then she starts asking me, how are we doing on gas? You think we probably might ought to stop and get some gas? Well, I'm starting to take the hint. Little woman's starting to get visions of beef jerky or brisket or sarsaparilla cola or who knows what, something at Buc-ee's. So we head that direction. Have you guys noticed the new trend today that if you're doing a barn find on YouTube, it seems like you can't help but stop at Buc-ee's? I think Buc-ee's should sponsor all the hot rod YouTubers and barn finders. As the little woman is perusing the rabbit food section, the salad section, I head right on over to where these fine Buc-ee's ladies are assembling these 3 meat sandwiches with Carolina barbecue sauce on top. Now this is the first time I've seen these. That's smoked sausage, smoked brisket, and smoked turkey all piled on one sandwich. Man, I decide that's the sandwich for me. You see, I eat like my mom and dad both. My mom ate fast, and my dad took big bites. So we're standing in line at the checkout. I'm imagining how good this sandwich is going to be when I get it to the truck. Meanwhile, I never even bother to look down at the price on the sandwich. The lady rings up my sandwich, and this sandwich is $12.99. I think Buc-ee's has lost their mind. I think the next time the little woman wants to go to Buc-ee's, I'm going to have to call my bank before we go in and check the balance in my savings account. Maybe see if I'm eligible to set up a line of credit. Well, as Willie Nelson says, we're on the road again. As a matter of fact, we've made it all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee. Now you're probably saying to yourself, hey Puddin' Creek, tell us what kind of car you're going to get. What's with the suspense? Well, the car we're going after today is a 1941 Studebaker Champion double-dater coupe. Now, you're probably sitting at home thinking, I was hoping it was going to be a 1932 Ford Coupe or a 40 Merc with a chop top or maybe a 1934 Ford Roadster, but you're going to get a 1941 Studebaker? Hey, Puddin' Creek, why in the world are we going to get a Studebaker? Well, this is why right here. You see, my uncle's gasser is a 1941 Studebaker Champion double-dater coupe. You see, in the early 1960s, my uncle drug this old Studebaker coupe out of a hog lot in Mississippi, and then he flat-towed it all the way back to Illinois, where he was working at the time in a big sheet metal shop, and he commenced to build one fire-breathing, wheel-standing 1960s gasser out of it. My uncle built this gasser, but I don't think he was the only one. If you look back through old pictures, there were several 1941 Studebaker gassers, not nearly as many as they were Willys gassers, but there were several. The 41 Studebaker had a front clip and a front grill that would remind you of the Willys gassers. The top on the 41 Studebaker was not as round and as cool looking as the Willys car, but they still made a pretty daggone mean gasser. Something about the front end on a 41 Studebaker, once you raise it up and make a gasser out of it, it just has that praying mantis look. It just looks mean. So we got our bellies full of brisket. We're driving down the back roads of East Tennessee with an empty car trailer, looking for an old warehouse with a 41 Studebaker sitting out front. Man, life don't get much better than that.
6,300. I don't know what this one does. No number. It does 6236. See, there's storage units back there.
6232. 6232. That's it.
Well, don't pull it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Pack in the back of it. See that wheel
This
back here?
don't look like what he showed.
Here, let's go find out. Now, I bought this car off a picture, but the warehouse in the background in the picture didn't look like this warehouse. But GPS says we're at the right location. So let's knock on some doors and see if we can figure out what's going on. Well, that was not the right warehouse. That was a woodworking shop. Well, the guy at the woodworking shop with the Willys trucks told us to go through this little alley and we'd find the Studebaker on the other side of this building. Well, there it is. And the guy told me on the phone that he'd spent a day or two completely disassembling it. He was going to build it into a rat rod. I sure would hate to see this cool car be built into a rat rod. He took the doors and the deck lid and the hood and the front clip off of it, but he thinks he has everything. He even thinks he has all the trim and even has the interior trim. In the pictures he sent me, this car looked blue, but in real life, it's green. That's so much better. I hate blue cars. And besides that, it has a pretty cool patina, a green patina, if you're into patina.
Got a cool dash in it, don't it?
Yeah, it's so great. Body's in great shape. The only problem is the back flooring back here.
Yeah.
A couple of spots here. That's not the only thing. Body-wise. I was just gonna sand it down a little bit and keep the patina and clear coat it. Right. And fix it up and all that stuff. But yeah, I was just about to buy Mustang too, so I can pay for it. Yeah. It was all one piece on it, so it's beautiful. It's a nice chemistry. The hood, the trunk, the doors are in perfect shape. The whole clip is perfect, right? Yeah, it's awesome. I might have some pieces in my storage for it.
Okay.
I'd have to go home and get the key. I forgot to bring the
Okay.
key. So, and I'm about 10 minutes away, so it might take 20 minutes.
We're no hurry.
Okay. And I got the doors, the hood. Actually lives in there. If you want to see the clip.
Sure.
Sitting right back on the frame. might. I was thinking about that too.
Strap across.
Yeah.
Oh, I took apart.
So I also want to bring to your attention, this is the motor. And the block is over there. I don't know if it's rebuildable or not, probably if you know rebuildable it is. But this is from a 51 Studebaker, which has the same engine mounts as this did. The guy I bought this from says it's gone through and it's up and running, and he says it's a great motor, and the automatic transmission I bought with it, he just bragged how that's the best one he ever built, and it's automatic. I'm going to try to sell it for probably $700-800. If you do plan on buying that, I can use you for $300 if you want it.
Well, I think what I'm gonna put is I've got a whole rocket motor.
Okay.
So that's what I was thinking about putting
There you go. Okay.
So
So just that'll slide right in.
it looks like it. It looks like a good one.
Yeah.
It's like one.
I got a 53 motor here.
Yeah.
What's this? So that's a Cadillac 500 block.
Oh.
$10,000 invested in it.
Wow.
I'm trying to sell it for 45.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't fit my Pontiac. And
That's a hoss.
it's everything is brand new. It was built by PMS and Pigeon Forge professionals and stuff. So it cost me an arm and a leg, and it's like, do I sell it or buy an old Cadillac that doesn't have a motor and put it in there? You know, so
I bet he said they use those in speedboats a lot, those big Cadillac motors.
yeah. Well, this is the 500, not the 472. They both, but this one is an older model that has more nickel in it, so dragster people are hunting these
Okay.
down. And so, but I bought the block in a Sparta for $2,000, and it's got now about $9,000.
Wow.
Completely rebuilt.
Wow.
Now, the seller's a super nice guy. He's went back home to get his key to his storage building because he thinks he's got a lot of parts for this car in the storage. He even thinks he's got an extra set of 41 Studebaker taillights. Now, that's a real find right there. 41 Studebaker taillights are one of the favorites for guys building custom cars. You see those a lot on 40 Mercs and other custom cars. They're very desirable taillights. Now, as I'm wallowing around underneath this car to hook up the cable to tow it up on the trailer, I'm thinking about my uncle. You know, he got his 41 Studebaker out of a hog lot in Mississippi back in the 1960s. I sure am appreciative to have this nice clean gravel and not be laying in a hog lot right now. I kept having to stop the winch and go up front and jerk the steering wheel over. This car's got 3 wheels that run straight, but it's got this one Marty Feldman wheel.
got lots of screws hanging out in it. Reckon we should pick those up? Huh?
Bumper's been hit.
Take these out so you can see the motor. Okay. Let's get one on too.
The parts are better shape than the car. I wonder why, you know what I mean?
Well,
The car's a little rough, but the parts are just about immaculate.
Well, the body's excellent.
Yeah.
Ready for this year. It's just like, except for the floor. And the top's still good. Everything. So it's definitely workable
Oh, yeah.
with it. But yeah, the parts, the hoods, the trunks, the doors.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the other seat. Pretty good, I think.
I'll put the hood in the back of the truck just to be safe. But
Yeah.
I'll strap this to the car.
I can strap this down. It should be fine. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the hood on or off.
All right.
Well, we made it home with the 41 Studebaker, no problems. But now we've got to get cleaned up and get a change of clothes, because tonight is the Lily Jack Customs Christmas party, and we don't want to miss that. Now, I thought this was just going to be a Christmas party, but these guys have got a regular car show going in the parking lot. I see a lot of great local cars right here tonight. Let's head on inside and see what kind of projects Lily Jack has going on. The next morning, I get up and take a crispy walk out to look at the 41. I'd like to be unloading this today and kind of evaluating what we got and surmising the situation, but it's cold here in East Tennessee. Today is firewood day. I've got a big stack of firewood saved up, but it don't ever hurt to add to it. We wouldn't want to run out and let the little woman get cold this winter. Now here's a tree I cut down a few days ago. Of course, that'll be firewood for next year. That's not dry yet. But the stack of wood beside of it, that's black locust wood that I cut down in the spring, so it's been drying all summer. I'll haul it up to the woodshed and give it a few more weeks to final dry out, but that'll be good firewood for this winter. I always like to show you guys around the farm a little bit when I'm out on it. If you live in East Tennessee, this is nothing new to you, but a lot of guys that watch our videos and gals are from northern states. A lot of them are from other countries. I couldn't name all the other countries that have been mentioned in the comments on our videos if you tested me on it. I mean Great Britain, Argentina, Germany, Spain, Australia, The list goes on and on. If you're watching from another country or even another state, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We always like to know. Well, that's enough walking around gawking at the creek. We've got to get this wood hauled back to the wood shed. Break's over, let's get it. Well, that's our show for this week. We sure appreciate you guys coming back every week to watch the Puddin' Creek Rod Shop. Be sure and subscribe if you hadn't already. You never know what kind of craziness we're going to get into next week. Thanks again.